you mentioned Iraqi, so
Yes.
and
Oh, let's go there.
just in terms of
Let's fucking go.
sources, new things you've been doing, things you've been looking at. Let's talk about that because I haven't had a
Bro, like, I'm just gonna be really honest. The past month or so, I started looking at, I've been DMing you like crazy, asking you for like photo book rec.
yeah
Um, I've been proxy buying some like stuff on like Japanese auction.
mm-hmm.
How do you say it? Like those Yahoo auction,
Yahoo
Japan.
auction mm-hmm.
So basically, what I did is I bought a bunch of like Popeyes magazine,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know. I just want like now I feel like I need materials to study, and now I think like it's a good time to start looking
Yeah.
because back then I have this like real I would elitist, egotistical look when it comes to I wouldn't say so, but because I still look online,
Mm-hmm.
but there's a period of time where it's like dabbling like one foot in the door whether I should do like photo or like stuff like that. So I didn't really look at any like photo book or anything, even though I want to. Right now I feel like it's a good to invest like money to actually like look at like actual photo books or whatever like magazine that are out there. So I asked you some stuff about photo book recs and I've been watching a lot of behind the scenes stuff,
Yeah.
like the process, like how people shoot things, and yeah. And before like I hop on this call like 10 minutes ago, I was on like I was watching a Rocky shooting like this one of his muse. Like naked in front of his place like raining, and then his assistant was like handling him like 4 or 5 different
Yeah,
cameras,
yeah,
dude.
yeah, yeah. Is that great?
And then like yeah, dude, like, but his stuff, like, even though, like, I don't, he may contradict himself, but it makes a lot of sense, as in, um, like the process of him taking photo is like a dance with his like muse or whatever it is. Like, it's just like a fun time of them being together. So he doesn't want it to end. That's why he kept on constantly shooting.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And then I was like looking at Christopher Doyle stuff as of lately. He said like still image has like cái giới hạn của nó.
Mm.
Like it has like
A limit. Yeah.
yeah, but because it's like still right. And of
Mm-hmm.
course you can capture movement and stuff like that. That's why I'm so drawn into it. Um, but that's why he moved on to film. Even though dude, if you look at Christopher Doyle like photo book, you look at it before you
Mm-hmm.
recommend
Mm-hmm.
me that. Oh my god, it's like so good. The guy is so prolific. Just like his photo, his cinema work like better. Even his like photography stuff is amazing.
Yeah.
And he was saying something about like how that's why he moved on to film because like you can capture the whole thing. And then Rocky, the way he shoot is like he's making like a short movie. He doesn't want it. He literally say on the documentary or whatever that is. He doesn't want it. He doesn't want to cut.
Mm-hmm.
His shooting is like constantly like firing at it. It's like a stop motion kind of.
Yeah.
It's like a yeah. It's very fascinating. So when so it clicks. So because I've been looking at a lot of like Doyle's work lately, and then I watched that Iraqi interview like 20 minutes earlier, and it started to click. Yeah, I feel like film is like the ultimate. Yeah, and then I start questioning a lot of things as well, as in like
Such as what?
such as like filmmaking and stuff like that. Because like
Yeah.
when I was like 14, 15, like before everything, like that's what I want to do, like film, like with someone yeah, like life happens and shit. So somehow way like I drift to like a different path, but at the core I always like photography and then I guess filmmaking in a sense. I always doing that like
Mm-hmm.
subconsciously, consciously. I don't know, but I always like post like videos on Instagram story. I
Yeah.
wouldn't say that's film, but that's my way of like um get a quick one out. I
I
guess
think that's a
I
part
don't
of
know how
it.
you.
That is I essentially that is a part of a film. If any kind of moving images, even if it's just like a fixed frame of it, like you don't move your camera or you don't move your phone, and it's just like
Mhm.
people bike walking across, or you're in a frame. The frame is still, but you're doing something. That is part of the film.
Mm.
I think it's very natural for every photographer at one point to want to do film or cinema,
Right.
because if yeah, like the thing you said, we are what we experience in real life is this sort of continuous fluid movement and event of things, right? But when we take a
Mm.
still image, it stops, it freezes that moment, which is why we like photography, because we're able to do that. But at some point we kind of revert back to like, but I want to see more of that still moment. Like I want to see what happens
Yeah.
before and after. And
Yeah.
you and I love movements, gestures, and things like that.
Yeah.
And it's never
Yeah.
like when someone dances, they don't make just one gesture. They're doing like
Yeah.
a sense of and you kind of almost have to dance with them. And
Yeah.
what people don't realize is like when you watch like if you ever watch like a film that doesn't have a lot of action and it's mostly dialogue, or if it's a very slow kind of calm.
I heard like I think someone just wrecked me like something like that.
Yeah.
But I haven't watched
Yeah.
something like that in a while.
You know, there are films out there that feel like a photograph because they don't have crazy actions. It's mostly just kind of shots of people
Right.
talking to each other. But even in
Right.
those very quiet moments, there are little movements and expressions and head turns and things like that. And if you
Right.
think about a racket or anybody who takes a lot of portraits, you know,
Yeah.
it's kind of the same thing. And that's why like I don't take portraits, but when I do, I always ask myself and the person I'm taking pictures of to keep on moving.
Yeah, that's why I'm so not into like studio
Yeah.
portraits, but also I've been exploring that as
Yeah.
of lately because
Yeah.
like that's something I always like against, not against my, uh, not
I
against,
get it. I get
but
it. Yeah, yeah,
you like the outdoors, right?
yeah.
But
We
like
like yeah.
especially if you take a photo with your friends or your model or like whatever, like you would want to go for a walk with them. You would
Mhm.
want to know them.
Yeah.
When you're in the studio, it seems like you're fixate in a certain like outcome,
Yeah.
or like you control basically everything in a sense, and
Mhm.
you have an outcome, you have like a photo kind of look that you want, and then you just there. Of
Mhm.
course, there's like movement, like I just watched like a behind the scenes. It seems pretty fun, you know.
Mhm. Mhm.
But from my vision, from my point of view, it's more fun like just walking outdoors, shooting portraits or whatever.
Yeah.
Like you and the model seems to blend with the environment, and whatever comes up with you, kind of improvise. It's like a dance. Like literally, it's like interactive. I don't know how to explain it. It's really you got to do it.
No,
But
I get it because the environment has some significant role in your images, right? Because like the walk doesn't the shoot doesn't start. I mean, it could start at the beginning of the walk, but you can get to the middle of the walk and suddenly you end up in like a different area, and suddenly that area inspires you. For me, like shooting in a studio, just it cuts out all of those surprises, like you said. You know,
yeah,
I don't have the crazy lighting, like you know, every
yeah,
time that we walk together, we always notice like, oh, you know, there's like a beam of light or the way
yeah,
somehow, you know, like something weird going on
yeah.
somewhere, and then you have that, you know, instinctive like, hey, go stand in there, you know, or yeah, yeah, hey, do the thing with
Yeah.
the, you know, with the light, put your hand through it, whatever, you know, that's a meme, you know,
Yeah.
and yeah. So
Sorry, man.
so that's but those moments, I feel like those moments like that, but then again, I guess like yeah, they're comfortable for us, but I think the whole point is to get out of our comfort zone, right? So I think being in a studio and you are good at it, or you become good at it, I think that's also a necessary skill, because it shows that you can create surprises with the tools that you have in front of you. So a lot of
Yeah.
people have told me that being a studio doesn't mean you're limited. It actually means you are. I mean, it's limitless, but to a certain extent. But to show that
Yeah.
to perform that limitless task, you have to know lighting. You have to understand props.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You gotta exactly, yeah, yeah. Có nghĩa là you gonna be limited by your technical ability,
Mm-hmm.
which pushed me to be to want to explore that more because I'm very like not very technical
Yeah.
in a sense.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's see Zhang. Probably
Mm-hmm.
give me a push as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that him or her? I think it's a
I'm
him.
not
I think it's
sure.
a him. Please correct me.
Just
Butterfly
yeah.
photo. Like,
Yeah.
oh my god. Uh, but yeah. I don't know, something with red as well. Red on film.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Red
Yeah.
on
You've been
film is
you've been asking me like I think almost like once a week like, hey, do you guys use color filters? I think it's just funny because it's like I don't. I mean, I like that you are still. I mean, to be honest, I appreciate like you asking me these wild questions because it keeps me engaged. Because it makes me think. Like it makes me think. Like, do I use color? Would I use color filters? And it's funny because I always point to Dong because he's the one that's more. I think he experiments more with.
but he only shoot black and white, right? Is
No,
it
he
that,
has
or is it
color.
like
Yeah, he has his color photos. I've seen his color photos. Um, I've had the privilege and the luxury of actually seeing.
damn?
Yeah,
God.
just because like we own, we run a lab, right? So whenever we process our film, like if he scans his film, it's I'm right there. I'm looking at it, and
Yeah.
yeah. So I do get that peek into that corner of his world, but other people don't. And I will say right now he does shoot color, and actually he shoots way more color right now. But
Oh
yeah,
man.
yeah, but we
My
don't.
man.
Yeah,
But that shot like earlier, like you guys post on noise though, dude. If you can do like photo or whatever, like the shot of Tom, like dude, I love stuff like that, man.
is
Like
it the
the
most
setup.
recent one? The most recent one is it
Yeah,
him?
the most recent one. Yeah,
Oh
like
dang, okay. Yeah, we'll put it up right here.
like
We'll put it up right here.
desert.
Hmm.
Yeah, just, dude, it's all good, man. I swear to
Yeah,
God. Sư phụ, sư phụ.
yeah. But what is it about that you like? It's now that we're
uh,
talking about that.
hair, hair, girl. I mean, especially his girlfriend. There's like the sense of intimacy that you gotta like. I feel that a lot when I see. I don't know, just him and the way he, because like I see him through your lens, and then the way that he composed, the way that he takes the photo, like you can see like how close he is with like his girlfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's just perfect. I love stuff like that. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And as also like lately, I've been asking you about like male gay stuff. A lot of
Male
people have
gaze.
like a very like
Yeah,
sensitive
yeah.
like some I don't know like what's up with that.
I mean,
I'm just
we
saying,
can kind of get into it
there's
in
female
a bit.
gays as well.
Yeah.
Just figured out that there's but I don't know, man. Like that guy that you showed me. Yeah, like I
Yeah.
love his stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The 'cause I thought it was funny because you hit me up one day and you're like, "Hey, show me some more male gay stuff," and I was like, "Yo, I've got the perfect collection of male gay stuff." Um, I I love and hate talking about this part because it is controversial, but I guess Beautiful Noise is anything but controversial, right? I think we
Yeah.
do we like
We're
presenting.
pretty straightforward
Yeah.
over here. Basically, you guys
Yeah.
are in a cult already.
Yeah,
You guys don't even
yeah,
know.
yeah.
But at this point, but that's the point of being in a cult.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yes.
It's kind of like the thing about the male gaze thing, and it's perfect that we have two males talking about it because that's always that's always the case, right? Because it sounds like we're defending it or whatever. Honestly, I don't even care about like I don't.
Yeah.
There's so many terms and expressions out there that I am aware of, but I'm only speaking strictly in photography and has nothing to do with other societal issues. But in photography, there are a lot of these terms being placed on these people and things that they do. And I don't know. I mean, like,
I don't know. I'm just feeling that everyone is so sensitive nowadays.
Yeah.
But hey, that's just my
hey, if
just
you're in
study, like,
here, I think if you're in here, you're able to at least observe. I think that's kind of That's what I wish people would. I mean, not that people don't do it already. I don't want to assume that, but from what I can see, I feel like people react before they observe. Before
Yeah.
they investigate.
Just the fact that we have to like spend like 5 minutes just like
Yeah,
having to like
yeah,
easing this
yeah,
in is
yeah, yeah, yeah.
already kind of like yeah.
It's already, yeah. It
Anyways,
shows. It
though,
shows.
yeah, it just shows how like anyway, yeah. Anyways, though, wait, what are we talking about?
So we were talking about. I think we went from Iraqi, and then feel free to like take a break. Take water. I got my 2 liter thing or 1 liter thing right here. Yeah,
Water is
yeah,
yeah. Gotta be real. Zine. Let's talk about
yeah,
zine. Gotta
yeah.
be really honest. I just want to pump the zine out so I know the process of how to do a zine.
Mm-hmm.
And then as I started moving along, at first like the idea was pretty simple. Có nghĩa là nó chỉ about like I'm just gonna look back at an archive. I saw like a bunch of photos of me taking photos of flowers. So I just bundled that up into like a Google photo folder, and then I went to like cái chỗ in này trong in tầm 140 tấm, and then I just try to sequence it, make it look nice, or somehow just know the process of doing a zine. But then as I keep on sequencing, it seems like there's like a like flowers could be like let's say my ex-girlfriend or my girlfriend could be a flower. Like flower could be subjective in everyone's eyes. So I want to explore that a little bit more. So I'm not right now. I'm at a cause. I don't know, like
intersection,
like,
intersection of
of sequencing this thing, and it's taking longer than I thought it could be.
Yeah.
Should be. Yeah, not sure, but I'll give you like I'm doing it on Illustrator. Wait, no, InDesign right now.
Good.
So
that's good.
and then Gấu Hoa, is it Gấu Hoa Mắt?
Yeah, go Hamak. Yeah. They helping you?
I love. Yeah, shout out to them. Like they reach out to Norris, right?
Yeah.
Asking to like collab or something. And then while the moment they reach out, I was like sequencing my zine. So I thought like if you guys could help me out with that, like dude, that would be, because I just don't want it just to be like a normal zine. Like if I can go all out with this one, like why not? Like also I read like some photo book that I bought. And then they have some really cool like flippy like page, and then small page, and then result printing in the middle of like, I don't know, like there's so much things that you can do. And I kind of want to explore that as well.
Yeah. So when you said you wanted to pump it out,
but then I look at your screen, and it's very simple.
Yeah.
So I'm feeling like I'm overthinking this a little bit.
I was, yeah. So
I don't know how you're talking.
So I was gonna.
So that's why.
My thought process is just there's no thought process. I do it to as a mean to present my work in a physical form, and I know you've been interested in that as well. And I think the most straightforward way is just to print it straight, like no fancy cover, just it's like something that you just gotta get out, and once you have it out, you know what it looks like, and then on your next one you can change or do crazy things with it. But I think for your first zine, or at least like the first edition, or it doesn't even have to be something that's complete, just make the sequence, because with every photo series, I think the sequence is probably the most important.
Right.
So once you have the sequence, just make a dummy. That's what I do. Make a cheap like flip book thing. And then just look at it. Give it to maybe two of your friends, close friends. Yeah.
Wait, so when you say like a cheap dummy, you mean like you print it out in like really small, like your photos out in really small, like A6 or something?
I mean, dummy just means like it can be pretty. I mean, it can be the same size as the official size, as the intended size. It doesn't have to be smaller. Smaller just because if you want to save money, then you print smaller. But a dummy just means it's something. It's just the bare minimum of putting your sequence together, and you can experience the page flip because I think that's important. I
Ah,
tell people that too, because there's a spatial difference between looking at your sequence on a flat surface, because you're going from like one two three, like picture image one, image two, to a flipping space, because and when
yeah,
you flip open, you are limited. You have these borders by the pages.
yeah,
You don't see image number two immediately after number one. You get to
right,
experience that differently. So when
right.
you make your dummy, it gives you a better experience, a more closer experience to what your zine would eventually become.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh. Um, yeah, should stop overthinking it and
Hmm.
just really like
Hmm.
throw it out. Honestly,
Yeah. How
um,
did having other people over help you? Yeah, I saw you had that day.
I, I don't think it helps me though. Like I asked on high, and like I think I was like more confused because like the way that he looks, I trust his eye a lot,
Yeah.
but he the way that he, I don't know, man. Like, it's hard to explain. Like, it helps. It helps. Có nghĩa là nhưng mà nó, I think it's too serious in a sense. Like,
Yeah.
nó.
Yeah.
And then at first, like my thought process was like, okay, this my subconscious is drawn to flowers.
Hmm.
Then with an high, it's starting to like went all the way to like, oh, there's like some relationship. Like he
Yeah.
started to. It helps. It helps me a lot,
Yeah.
but it doesn't help like this the zine in a
Yeah.
sense, because
Yeah.
it helps me like, oh, um why, dude, I'm sorry, like the phone keep on calling on. Oh, there you go, we back.
Oh, cool. Cool.
Anyway, it helps me with like he was exploring like there's like this photo of hồi đó you đi cái trip với lại Danielle, like she was
Hmm.
used to be like she's a friend, used to be my first muse ish, like anyways, I went on a trip
Shout
with
out.
her, and yeah, shout out to Danielle, like and her family. And then the way that I took photos of her family is like as if like this is what I said,
Uh huh.
it's has this familiarity, as in like as if like they're my own family. So
Yeah.
there's something to explore there, and I was like, what? God damn! Like
Hmm.
you go all the way, like,
Dang.
but it's
Okay.
very interesting though, but because it's true, like the way that even though they're strangers,
Uh
I
huh.
only met them for the first time during the trip. The way that I take photos of them are like as if like they're my own family, as if
Yeah.
like I want that kind of family in a
Hmm.
sense. And
Hmm.
I was like, yo, like my man just all went out. So I trust him a lot, but in a sense, it's yeah, he's poetic as fuck.
Hmm.
Anyways, 140 photo, he narrowed it down to like 10, 20 or something, and I was like, so like these 10, 20 has like a meaning to
Hmm.
him somehow, some
Hmm.
way, like subjectively. Of course, like he talks about like objective, like looking as well.
Hmm.
Không nghe nhiều lắm. Basically, it's a whole like 1 hour just looking at my photo. Mai was there as well. Holy shit! Yeah, shout out to Mai for like yeah, but yeah, it's very interesting though.
Yeah.
How it helps, but it also confused in a good way. Like it's like you gotta think about it a little bit. And I'm not used to thinking about things. But
Hmm.
but yeah.
So it's good. I think they both both they being like the two methods. One is just working on it by yourself, which I did.
Because
I
like how I sequence my first project,
Yeah,
right? It's
it
like
was
at the
very.
very end. It's like last minute homework
Yeah.
during college,
Yeah.
or like or whatever,
You
and
just
then
put
like
stuff together.
when your emotion is at the peak, and then yeah,
Yeah.
like I still have like a timestamp for when I was sequencing that thing as well. I put it in the project on the side. You guys can check it out on YouTube. Anyways, anyways, I literally just I think I sequenced it in one night.
Yeah.
Like that was just how I was feeling at that time.
Yeah.
And then now that I look back, like why the fuck did you put that there? Like don't like, but it's still, like it's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I I've done both. I've done a very long sequence where I would take days and weeks, and then I've done like a very short sequence where I would do it in like 3 hours, 4 hours. I mean, the actual sequencing took that long. Not didn't take that long. I mean, but like looking at it over and over again, reshuffling things. There's a series that I actually printed and published that I did in like 4 hours. Only because I didn't have any other material. I only shot those rolls and those pictures.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I have. Okay, I'm about to ask you something along. Okay, it's still about my zine. Nhưng mà kiểu như là I have so much material. As I'm telling you, so like that photo like flower folder. It's like 140 photos, right? So when I start sequencing, when I sat down and started sequencing, I feel like I can link. So basically, I start out my. Maybe I can share you the InDesign file. You can show like you can podcast. You can throw it up. I started out with spring air fills the universe and flowers are blossoming everywhere.
Bro, that first
so
picture.
cái câu này,
Jesus.
I'm not gonna show the whole thing.
Yeah.
Basically, that quote I got it from like this book I read 2 3 years ago, and it's one of my favorite books, especially at that time as well. It's like a really quirky. You know about Kong An? We talk about this all the time, right? Like really quirky Zen, one liner or like is it one liner? Short poems.
Kind of like short
that are meant to induce like a shock.
Yeah.
Anyways, I got that quote from a book. It's called like Dropping Ashes on the Buddha. Have you ever like did I talk to you about this? Like it's been
it sounds so familiar.
Like one of my favorite books.
Sounds so familiar.
Yeah, 2-3 years ago. It was written by this Korean Zen master. In the I think he passed away like 20-30 years ago. He basically kind of enlightened-ish. He sent anyways. Doesn't matter. I sorry for like the tangent. But I really like the book. It's like really quirky, like short stories.
Yeah.
Of and then like really like kind of like me in a sense. Like when I read that book, I was like, damn, like I would love to write something like this, or like. Because it's so quirky, it sounds like schizo, like Twitter, like posting and a short story about like doesn't make sense or anything. Nó like kiểu kind of deep as well.
Yeah.
And then he has like another book like talk like how about like I think it's like how the whole world is the flower. I'm sorry, I'm maybe like screwing up the title right now. There's like this really beautiful quote like spring air fills the universe and flower blossoming everywhere. So I save it on my notes.
Yeah.
So what I did when I decided to do this flower thing, I just went on my notes and I typed the word flower. Yeah. And then the quote appeared first, that's the first thing that appears in my notes. So I took that and then I write kind of like a short poem. Like, you know how I write like the description or like a caption on noise?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I wrote like a small like if you want, I can read it to you right now.
Yeah, read it, please.
I think I can go back to the InDesign. And spring air fills the universe and flower of blossoming everywhere. There are many fish. Nhưng mà cái chữ fish now it's a strike through. So there are many fish, and then you flip fish like a strike through, and then flowers the next words. In the sea. Dude, so I'm just gonna open my notes so it's the easiest.
Yeah.
Hold up. Let me see if I it's lagging like crazy right now. Spring air fills the universe. Okay, there you go. I got it. Here you go. So spring air fills the universe and flowers are blossoming everywhere. There are many fish strike through, flowers in the sea strike through garden. So cái chữ fish and sea are strike through, and you do flowers, and basically fish is like flowers. That's what I'm trying to say.
Basically replacing.
It's kind of obvious.
Yeah, replace fish. Yeah.
Yeah, replacing the word fish. I still show that instead of like not write the word fish out, like I just give it a strike through. I like that thing somehow. I play it with it all the time, and then I was like pick and choose carefully, or you will get uh, ouch, my heart is bleeding again. I don't know, like I'm basically just writing like really free flowing,
Mm-hmm.
whatever I was thinking at that time. I'm from from flowers. I somehow went to like talking about um how like picking and choosing the right person is gonna affect like your life trajectory. Yeah, it's like a short poem-ish thing, and that's how I start my zine.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're probably gonna wrap up at this point. So
yeah.
because I gotta go. Pretty soon. So I don't know. Any last thoughts? Last things to say?
Um,
Gửi gắm lời thăm.
um,
Anything?
yeah, good Gavin Tùng, like you be safe. Definitely you're safe. You with fam right now. Like mm, how am I supposed to like phrase this? But yeah, just be safe, man. Like do what you gotta do. Um, Vietnam is always there. Saigon is always there. It's gonna be there. Don't worry about it. I'm just trying to do my best to. I'm all over the place right now, but I'm trying to like. But it's getting clearer day by day. I think. Like
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
imagine like 1 or 2 years ago, like noise is a passion project. We don't even now it's gaining traction.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of crazy because we keep at it.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like with everything that I do as well, like if I keep at it, it's gonna do selfishly putting it going back to me again. But anyways, I just wanna let you know that I try my best and I got you guys. Like we have a space already as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, even if shit hits the fan, you guys will have a place to stay as well.
It will be
But
a
yeah,
shelter, yeah. But no, I
yeah,
appreciate
yeah,
that, and at the same time, appreciate the followers, as well, cult followers, because
yeah. Old
it may
followers.
seem like, and I don't, I'm just imagining this, but it may seem like we are doing it without consider, because I think we talked about a lot of we've been pretty like passive on the whole, like, oh yeah, beautiful noise is just kind of out there, we do whatever we want, whatever, right? But I do want to
Yeah.
place an emphasis on like the community, because that's always been something that we wanted to achieve, even though we act like we're passive, but we're actually like, we watch all of your stories and we look at all your comments, by the way. Like that's kind of, we care. I guess that's
Yeah.
kind of what I'm trying to say, and we do appreciate your
Noise is like
input.
the center. Like noise is like right in the middle of like
Hmm.
everything.
Yeah.
It's like trying to link everyone together.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what we're doing, right? Like
Hmm.
I
It
hope.
is. That's what I said to the people at Go Hamak. That's what I said. I said it's kind of
Uh,
like a place where you feel like you belong, but you don't actually know everyone here. It's like when you
yeah.
walk into like a, I don't know, walk into
Yeah.
like a club, and then you like the vibe, but you don't know anything, but you like it and you want to be there, so
Yeah.
that's what noise is about, and it's never just one identity. So we welcome, these new changes from you guys as well, because it pushes us to different, I guess, like realms of being or state of mind or whatever. But yeah, I appreciate it, man. That was a good talk, and it seems like you really want
Yeah.
to talk to Tum, so I'll probably try to get him on, on the
Not talking to them, but like
not
I don't
talk.
know. Like like it seems like I never talked to him. It's
Yeah.
so it's like
No, I'm curious.
Hey,
I want to see. I want to see this interaction as well. Just.
yeah, we like I don't mind like long pauses as
Yeah.
well. We can just like stare at each
Yeah.
other for like minutes, and it would be
Yeah.
like it
Yeah.
would be like good part,
Yeah.
like literally noise, like but
Yeah.
not a lot of noise.
Yeah.
So we have
Uh,
Zen noise.
yeah. And
Yeah.
and it doesn't necessarily have to be about photography either. And this is why, like, I love talking to like the four of us, because Like I talk to
Yeah.
Ling, it's a little bit different because we go on like the more like so far it seems like we do talk about either it's like gossip and shit talking about people,
Yeah.
or
Shit, yeah, shit
it's
post
about
shit.
like more kind of professional art world things. And then when I talk to you, it's
Yeah.
like all over the place. But when I talk to Tung, it's almost never
Yeah.
about photography. It's always about like everything else. So it's an interesting
That's
dynamic.
amazing.
Yeah. But I do want to
Yeah.
mesh the things now. Like I would want to put like I guess I would want to see even more so. I want to see Ling and Dom talk because they
Yeah.
yeah,
Interesting though.
among the four of
Like
us, I think that
Lee is very curious.
yeah,
Yeah,
that
Lee is a
pairing
very curious.
that pairing is the least
That,
likely
that
to
that's
talk.
very
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah. But like when it's together,
Yeah.
like Ling is gonna. Oh, I'm actually curious because I would want to be in the room and then I just want to observe.
So
That would be so
we'll
funny.
probably do something like that where we'll plan a day where like she would talk, she'd be on the mic, she'll be on the mic, Tongue would be on my mic, and like you be in your room, and I'm just sitting back there like just chilling, and like
Yeah, then
like
I'm just thinking behind it, just like do like a Instagram
yeah, do
recording and
Instagram
shit
live, yeah.
like, yeah,
But yeah, anyway,
yeah.
so that's I would say that's a
So
wrap. That's a wrap for this
yeah,
episode. Thank you, Duong,
all
and I'll
right.
talk to you soon. Love you, bro.
Yeah, I'll talk to you, man. Love you,
Yeah.
man.
All right.